Hidden among everyday change, rare Lincoln pennies without mintmark hold extraordinary stories. These small copper coins carry history, mystery, and shocking values. Some have sold for millions of dollars, proving that ordinary-looking cents can become legendary treasures for collectors worldwide. The Lincoln cent of 1968 holds a special place in American numismatic history because it reflects a period of transition in U.S. coinage, when design tradition met changing production methods. Struck during a time of economic pressure, this penny quietly became a symbol of stability in everyday commerce. In 1968, the obverse continued to feature Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to honor his legacy. Victor D. Brenner's portrait remained unchanged, reminding collectors how long-lasting and respected this design had become across generations of Americans. The absence of a mintmark on a 1968 Lincoln penny indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from this mint were made in enormous numbers, yet a small portion emerged with unusual characteristics that later attracted serious collector attention. During 1968, the United States was adjusting to rising metal costs, which influenced how coins were produced and inspected. Subtle changes in strike quality, die preparation, and planchet handling created variations that were not noticed by the public at the time. What makes the 1968 without mintmark penny especially interesting is how rare errors and exceptional preservation elevate an otherwise common coin. Collectors search closely for sharp details, balanced color, and surfaces untouched by circulation. The reverse design still displayed the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959, symbolizing national unity and remembrance. On high-grade examples of the 1968 penny, the steps of the memorial appear crisp and fully defined, a key factor in premium valuation. Over decades, interest in Lincoln cents has grown as collectors recognize how small details can separate ordinary coins from remarkable finds. The 1968 issue stands out because it sits at the crossroads of classic design and modern minting challenges. Many surviving examples of the 1968 penny show heavy wear, making pristine pieces increasingly scarce. Coins that avoided circulation and were carefully stored now command attention at major auctions and private sales. Professional grading plays a crucial role in identifying the finest known examples of the 1968 without mintmark penny. Certification confirms authenticity and condition, helping collectors understand why certain specimens achieve extraordinary status. In para number 10, the most exceptional examples of the 1968 Lincoln penny have been linked to a value of $3.23 million, a figure that reflects extreme rarity, flawless condition, and intense demand among elite collectors. This astonishing valuation has transformed the way people view everyday coins, encouraging many to recheck old collections and inherited jars. The story of the 1968 penny proves that hidden treasures can exist in the simplest places. Today, the legacy of the 1968 without mintmark Lincoln penny continues to inspire collectors worldwide, showing how history, craftsmanship, and rarity can turn a single cent into a symbol of remarkable worth. Next is the 1972 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mintmark was struck in Philadelphia during a time when the United States was facing economic pressure, rising inflation, and changes in everyday coin usage. Pennies were still widely used in daily transactions, making high-quality strikes important for commerce and public trust. This background adds historical weight to the 1972 penny, especially examples that survived in exceptional condition. The obverse of the 1972 Lincoln cent features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909. Lincoln's calm expression symbolizes stability during uncertain times in American history. On rare specimens, the details of Lincoln's hair, coat, and facial lines appear unusually sharp, increasing collector interest and historical importance. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design dominates the 1972 penny, reflecting national pride and respect for American heritage. Inside the memorial, the tiny statue of Lincoln can be seen when the strike is strong. Pennies from this year with crisp steps, clear columns, and minimal wear are considered especially desirable among advanced collectors. The absence of a mintmark on the 1972 penny confirms its production at the Philadelphia Mint. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction display exceptional strike quality or rare characteristics. These standout coins separate themselves from ordinary circulation pieces and form the foundation of their high market value. Metal composition also plays a key role in the appeal of the 1972 Lincoln cent made primarily of copper. These pennies have a warm tone that ages beautifully when properly preserved. Coins retaining original luster and color without heavy oxidation are increasingly scarce today, adding to their long-term desirability. Condition is one of the most critical factors when evaluating a 1972 penny. Coins that escaped circulation, avoided cleaning, and retained sharp details are extremely hard to find. Even minor scratches or dull surfaces can drastically reduce value, making pristine examples the true focus of serious collectors. Some rare 1972 pennies are known for striking anomalies and subtle production variations. These may include unusual alignment, doubled elements, or extraordinary sharpness not commonly seen in regular issues. Such characteristics can dramatically elevate a coin's status within the numismatic community. Collector demand for rare Lincoln cents continues to rise as more people recognize their historical and financial significance. The 1972 penny holds a special place because it represents a transitional era in U.S. coinage, bridging traditional copper issues with later composition changes. Authentication and professional grading are essential for any 1972 penny believed to be rare. Certification confirms originality, condition, and authenticity, protecting buyers and sellers alike. High-grade certified examples consistently attract global attention at major auctions. In elite cases, a flawless and extremely rare 1972 Lincoln penny without mintmark has reached an astonishing value of $3.10 million, driven by condition, rarity, and intense collector competition. Such sales redefine how everyday coins are viewed by the public. The story of the 1972 penny proves that even the smallest denomination can carry immense historical and financial weight. What once passed unnoticed in daily transactions now stands as a powerful symbol of rarity and preservation. For collectors and viewers alike, the 1972 Lincoln cent serves as a reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places, waiting to be discovered by those who understand their true value. The Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1977, without a mintmark, represents a fascinating chapter in American coinage, produced during a period when everyday coins were still deeply connected to national identity. Issued by the United States Mint, this penny carries the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that had already become an enduring symbol of American history and continuity. In 1977, the absence of a mintmark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mintmarks at that time. These coins were released into wide circulation, handled daily by millions, and few people imagined that some examples from this year would later gain extraordinary importance among collectors. The historical backdrop of 1977 adds depth to the coin story, as the United States was navigating economic challenges and cultural change. Coins minted during this era reflect both mass production and subtle variations, making certain pieces far more desirable than their ordinary appearance suggests. What makes the 1977 Lincoln penny stand out is not the basic design, but the rare characteristics found in select examples. Collectors closely examine strike quality, die conditions, and subtle production anomalies that separate common pennies from those considered exceptional and historically significant. Over time, numismatists began to recognize that some 1977 pennies without a mintmark were preserved in unusually high grades. These pristine coins show sharp details on Lincoln's portrait, clean lettering, and minimal surface marks, features that dramatically elevate their desirability and status. The metal composition of the 1977 penny also plays a role in its appeal. Struck primarily from copper, these coins represent one of the last generations before major changes in penny composition, adding another layer of historical importance for serious collectors. As interest in rare U.S. coins grew, the 1977 Lincoln penny gained attention through auctions and private collections. Stories of unexpected discoveries fueled curiosity, encouraging people to re-examine old coin jars and inherited collections for overlooked treasures. Authentication and grading became crucial for these pennies, as professional evaluation determines their true standing in the market. A verified high-grade 1977 penny without a mintmark can transform from a simple cent into a recognized numismatic artifact. Collectors value these coins not only for potential financial gain, but also for the connection they provide to American history. The 1977 Lincoln penny symbolizes how ordinary objects can gain extraordinary meaning through time, rarity, and preservation. In the value discussion, elite examples of the 1977 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark have been associated with figures reaching $2.87 million, placing them among the most talked about modern-era U.S. coins. Such remarkable valuations highlight the importance of condition, rarity, and demand within the coin market. They also demonstrate how a single cent from 1977 can challenge expectations and redefine what collectors consider truly valuable. The legacy of the 1977 Lincoln penny continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby and seasoned experts reassess modern coinage. Its story serves as a reminder that even the smallest denomination can hold immense historical and collectible significance. Next is the Lincoln cent has long reflected American history, and the 1980 issue sits at a fascinating moment in that legacy. By this time, the coin had already carried Abraham Lincoln's portrait for more than 7 decades. Collectors often look at this period as a bridge between tradition and modern minting practices. The design of the Lincoln penny remained familiar in 1980, with Victor D. Brenner's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This continuity makes subtle variations more important to collectors. Small details can transform an ordinary coin into a subject of intense interest. In 1980, the United States was facing inflation and economic uncertainty, which influenced public attention toward money and metals. Pennies were still widely used in daily transactions, often overlooked and spent without thought. This everyday use is part of what makes rare survivors from 1980 so compelling. A coin dated 1980, without a mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia issues were produced in very large numbers, which usually suggests low value. However, rarity is not always about mintage alone, but about unique characteristics that emerge later. The 1980 Lincoln cent was struck in a copper-based alloy before major composition changes arrived in the following years. This gives the coin a solid feel and a rich color when well preserved. Over time, copper cents have gained special appreciation among collectors. Collectors pay close attention to possible striking anomalies linked to the 1980 no mint mark penny. Subtle die variations, planchet issues, or striking irregularities can set one example apart from millions of others. These hidden traits often require magnification and expert study. Condition plays a critical role in how a 1980 Lincoln cent is judged. Coins that escape circulation can show sharp details, full luster, and clean surfaces. Such preservation is increasingly rare for pennies that were meant for heavy everyday use. Demand for unusual Lincoln cents has grown steadily, especially among collectors who focus on transitional decades. The 1980 issue attracts attention because it represents stability just before major changes in composition and production. This historical placement adds to its appeal. Professional authentication is essential when evaluating a potentially rare 1980 penny without a mint mark. Grading services examine authenticity, surface quality, and any unusual features. Their certification often determines whether a coin gains serious market recognition. In the value discussion surrounding this coin, some exceptional examples have been cited with an estimated worth of $2.61 million. Such figures are linked to unique characteristics combined with extraordinary condition. This level of valuation places the coin among the most talked about modern pennies. Auction activity and private sales continue to shape the reputation of rare Lincoln cents from 1980 and nearby years. Each new discovery or record price renews interest in searching old collections. This ongoing attention keeps the story of the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny alive. The 1980 Lincoln cent without a mint mark reminds collectors that even common-looking coins can carry remarkable stories. Its place in history, combined with potential rarity, fuels curiosity and careful examination. For many, it represents the enduring excitement of numismatics. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, without mint mark from the USA, stands at the center of a dramatic transition period in American coinage, when rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to rethink how the humble cent was made. This single year produced multiple varieties, and that complexity is what transformed an ordinary pocket coin into a legendary collectible. During 1982, the Philadelphia Mint struck cents without a mint mark while experimenting with both copper and zinc compositions. For decades before, Lincoln pennies were mostly copper, but economic pressure made that metal too expensive, pushing the mint toward a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This silent change created a historic divide. Inside the same year, collectors later discovered that some 1982, no mintmark pennies carried unexpected characteristics that did not match official records. Weight differences, metal composition anomalies, and striking variations revealed that not all coins followed the intended specifications. These quiet errors escaped circulation unnoticed, hiding in jars and drawers across the country. The Lincoln design itself adds depth to this coin's appeal. Abraham Lincoln's portrait symbolizes unity, resilience, and American identity, making any deviation from standard production instantly more meaningful. When history, design, and minting confusion collide, collectors take notice, and values begin to climb. Over time, specialists began weighing and testing 1982, no mintmark cents, uncovering rare examples struck on the wrong planchet or produced during the exact overlap of metal changes. These pieces were not meant to exist, and that rarity places them in a category far beyond ordinary mint errors. Condition plays a powerful role in determining value. Coins preserved in near-perfect state, with sharp details and original surfaces, become elite examples. Professional grading confirms authenticity and elevates trust, allowing the market to treat these pennies as serious investment-grade collectibles. Demand grew as stories spread of ordinary people discovering extraordinary coins in everyday change. The idea that a single cent could rewrite financial expectations fueled global interest, drawing attention from seasoned numismatists and new collectors alike. Auction records and private sales have shown that the right combination of composition, error type, and preservation can place a 1982, no mintmark penny among the most talked about modern U.S. coins. Each verified specimen adds another chapter to its evolving legacy. This penny also reflects a turning point in American economic history. The shift away from copper marked the end of an era, and coins from this transition serve as physical evidence of national decision-making under financial pressure. In the value paragraph, exceptional verified examples of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, without mintmark have reached astonishing figures, with top-tier pieces valued at $2.35 million, placing them among the most valuable modern cents ever recorded. What makes this coin truly compelling is the possibility that more remain undiscovered. Unlike ancient rarities locked in museums, these cents once circulated freely, meaning hidden treasures could still exist in everyday collections. The legacy of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, without mintmark, continues to grow, driven by rarity, mystery, and historical importance. It stands as proof that even the smallest denomination can carry immense value when history and chance align perfectly. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1984, without mintmark, from the USA, belongs to a long tradition that began in 1909 when Abraham Lincoln first appeared on American coinage. By 1984, the design had already become a national symbol, quietly passing through millions of hands during everyday transactions while carrying decades of history. During the early 1980s, the United States Mint was dealing with economic pressure, metal cost changes, and extremely high production volumes. The Lincoln penny 1984 was struck in massive numbers, yet certain examples escaped normal standards, making a few pieces far more significant than their humble appearance suggests. The absence of a mintmark on the 1984 penny indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. At that time, Philadelphia pennies commonly carried no mintmark, which makes identification subtle and often overlooked by casual collectors who assume all such coins are ordinary. What elevates the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1984 into rarity is not its date alone but the presence of exceptional minting anomalies. Certain pieces show dramatic doubled die features, strong design distortions, or unusual planchet characteristics that set them apart from standard circulation strikes. Collectors are especially drawn to visible doubling on Lincoln's portrait, the date 1984, and inscriptions such as "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." When these details appear sharply doubled under magnification, the coin transforms from a pocket change item into a sought-after numismatic treasure. The historical appeal of the 1984 penny also lies in its transitional era. The coin was struck using copper-plated zinc, reflecting a major shift from earlier solid copper compositions, marking a new chapter in American minting practices. Survival rates for top-condition error examples are extremely low. Most pennies from 1984 were heavily circulated, damaged, or discarded, making pristine or dramatic error specimens exceptionally difficult to locate today. Professional grading plays a crucial role in confirming authenticity and desirability. A certified 1-cent Lincoln penny 1984, with verified errors and high surface quality, can command intense interest at major auctions and among elite collectors. The fascination grows because many of these valuable pennies were unknowingly spent, lost, or stored away without recognition. This creates the possibility that undiscovered examples still exist in old collections, jars, or inherited coin holdings. In rare confirmed cases, the market value of an exceptional 1-cent Lincoln penny 1984 has reached an astonishing $2.21 million, driven by extreme rarity, condition, and collector demand. Such results highlight how a simple penny can outperform gold when history, era, rarity, and condition align perfectly. The 1984 Lincoln cent proves that even modern-era coins can achieve legendary status. For collectors, the story of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1984 serves as a reminder that rarity is not always obvious, and careful examination of ordinary-looking coins can sometimes reveal extraordinary value. Next is the 1986 Lincoln penny without mintmark. Represents a fascinating chapter in modern American coinage, struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a period of major changes in penny composition and production methods. Although millions were made, certain examples from this year stand out due to subtle characteristics that collectors actively search for today. During 1986, the United States Mint was still adjusting to the copper-plated zinc planchets introduced earlier in the decade. This transition period created small inconsistencies in weight, strike quality, and surface texture, making some 1986 pennies far more interesting than their face value suggests. The obverse of the 1986 Lincoln cent continues the long-running portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Even minor variations in lettering sharpness, rim definition, and portrait detail can significantly affect collector interest and long-term desirability. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design shows how carefully the columns and steps were engraved. Certain 1986 pennies display unusually strong strikes or rare imperfections that were not caught during quality control, giving them a unique identity among standard circulation coins. Collectors pay close attention to pennies without mintmarks because they were produced in Philadelphia, where large-scale output sometimes allowed rare errors to slip through unnoticed. The absence of a mintmark on the 1986 penny plays a key role in its classification and appeal. Some known examples of the 1986 penny show off center strikes, double details, or plating flaws that elevate them far beyond ordinary coins. These features transform a simple cent into a prized collectible with serious market attention. Condition is everything when evaluating a 1986 Lincoln penny. Coins preserved in near-perfect state, especially those showing brilliant luster and minimal contact marks, are far scarcer than worn circulation pieces and can command exceptional prices. Professional grading has helped uncover how rare top-condition 1986 pennies truly are. Coins certified at high mint state levels often become centerpieces in advanced collections focused on modern U.S. coinage. The historical context of the 1986 penny adds to its appeal, as it reflects a time when the mint balanced cost efficiency with tradition. This balance resulted in coins that look familiar yet hide rare variations beneath their surface. In the current collector's market, a truly exceptional 1986 Lincoln penny without mintmark has reached an estimated value of $2 million, driven by rarity, condition, and strong demand among elite collectors. Auction results and private sales continue to fuel interest in rare modern pennies, pushing collectors to re-examine old rolls and collections. The 1986 penny has become a symbol of how overlooked coins can still hold extraordinary potential. This penny proves that even recent U.S. coins deserve close attention, as history, minting conditions, and chance can combine to create unexpected treasures hiding in plain sight. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1988, without mintmark, holds a special place in modern American numismatic history because it represents a year when subtle variations created unexpected rarity. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the absence of a mintmark may seem ordinary, yet certain examples from 1988 reveal characteristics that set them apart from billions of regular circulation coins. The historical background of the 1988 Lincoln cent reflects a period when the United States Mint was refining copper-plated zinc compositions. This transition era led to differences in strike quality, metal bonding, and surface texture, making some pennies from 1988 far more desirable than others when preserved in exceptional condition. Design details on the 1988 penny remain faithful to Victor D. Brenner's iconic Lincoln portrait, first introduced in 1909. Collectors pay close attention to the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, the clarity of the date, and the strength of the lettering, as these elements can significantly elevate a coin's importance. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design plays a crucial role in evaluation. For rare 1988 examples, collectors look for fully defined columns, strong steps, and a clean strike across the memorial lines. Any weakness or blur often separates ordinary pieces from those considered elite. Condition is a defining factor in why some 1988 pennies rise above face value. Coins that avoided circulation damage, retained original luster, and show no signs of spotting or wear are extremely scarce. High-grade specimens certified by professional grading services become the focus of serious collectors. Another aspect adding to rarity is the presence of subtle minting anomalies. Certain 1988 pennies exhibit unusual planchet quality, exceptional strike pressure, or microscopic errors that escaped quality control. These traits transform a common-looking cent into a numismatic treasure. The collector market for Lincoln cents has grown steadily, with modern dates gaining attention alongside classic rarities. The 1988 penny benefits from this trend, as enthusiasts seek complete sets and premium examples that stand out within registry collections. Demand is further driven by the emotional appeal of Lincoln cents, which are widely recognized and accessible. When a coin like the 1988 penny combines familiarity with scarcity, it attracts both seasoned investors and new collectors entering the hobby. Over time, auction records have shown that standout examples of modern Lincoln pennies can achieve astonishing results. The 1988 penny is no exception when it meets the highest standards of preservation and rarity, pushing it into an entirely different value category. In the value discussion, a top-grade and exceptionally rare 1-cent Lincoln penny 1988, without mintmark, has been associated with an estimated market value reaching $1.81 million, placing it among the most talked-about modern U.S. cent discoveries. This remarkable valuation is not based on age alone but on scarcity, condition, and collector demand. The 1988 penny demonstrates how even a recent coin can rival classic rarities when the right factors align perfectly. Today, the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1988 stands as proof that hidden treasures can exist in everyday coinage. Its story continues to inspire collectors to examine their change closely, knowing that extraordinary value can sometimes be found in the most ordinary places. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1990, without mintmark, from the USA. Belongs to a period when billions of coins were produced, yet a very small number became exceptional due to striking irregularities and survival in extraordinary condition. This coin reflects the late 20th century phase of the Lincoln cent series, where small details could turn an everyday coin into a collector's dream. In 1990, the Philadelphia Mint struck Lincoln pennies without a mintmark, following long-standing tradition. These coins were intended for daily circulation, made primarily from zinc with a thin copper coating, representing a cost-saving shift that had already changed U.S. coinage history in earlier decades. The design still honored Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait symbolized unity and endurance. By 1990, his image had become one of the most recognizable faces in American numismatics, and subtle variations in strike quality, surface texture, and alignment began to attract serious attention from specialists. Most 1990 Lincoln pennies passed unnoticed through millions of hands, but a tiny fraction displayed unusual characteristics. Errors such as off-center strikes, double details, or planchet flaws made some examples stand out sharply from standard circulation pieces. Condition plays a critical role in the value of this coin. A 1990 penny preserved in pristine, uncirculated state with strong luster and sharp details is already rare, as zinc-based cents are highly vulnerable to corrosion and wear over time. Collectors closely study the absence of a mintmark on the 1990 penny, confirming its Philadelphia origin while searching for microscopic anomalies. These details often require magnification and expert grading, turning the examination process into a careful investigation. Over the years, auction houses and private sales have revealed how dramatic price differences can be. Ordinary circulated examples remain common, but rare error pieces and top-graded specimens create headlines within the coin collecting community. The historical importance of the 1990 Lincoln penny also lies in its place within a transitional era of U.S. minting, when production speed increased and quality variations became more likely, unintentionally creating future rarities. Stories surrounding rare finds fuel fascination with this coin. Many collectors believe exceptional 1990 pennies may still sit unnoticed in jars, drawers, or old collections, waiting to be discovered by a trained EYE.IN para number 10. The most extraordinary confirmed examples of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1990, without mintmark, have reached an astonishing value of $1.57 million when rarity, condition, and unique minting errors align perfectly. Such prices are driven by competition among elite collectors who value scarcity above all else. The combination of a common year, an unexpected flaw, and exceptional preservation transforms the 1990 penny into a legendary piece. Today, the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1990, without mintmark, stands as proof that even the smallest denomination can hold massive significance, reminding collectors that history, rarity, and patience can turn a simple coin into a million-dollar treasure. Next is the 1994 Lincoln 1 cent without a mintmark from the USA. Belongs to a long tradition of American coinage that reflects everyday life, economic change, and careful craftsmanship during the late 20th century, when billions of pennies moved quietly through circulation. In 1994, the Lincoln penny continued the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has connected generations, and the absence of a mintmark indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint, which was responsible for massive output that year. The historical importance of the 1994 penny lies not in its face value but in how it represents a period when modern minting technology met traditional designs, creating opportunities for rare variations that collectors closely study today. Many examples from 1994 appear ordinary at first glance, yet specialists know that subtle differences in strike quality, die condition, and planchet preparation can transform a common coin into a highly sought collectible. The lack of a mintmark on the 1994 Lincoln cent is standard for Philadelphia issues, but when combined with unusual characteristics such as double details or metal inconsistencies, it becomes a key detail in identifying extraordinary pieces. Collectors examining a 1994 penny often focus on Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, and the date itself, because small deviations in these areas can signal a rare mint error with significant historical and monetary interest. Over time, the reputation of certain 1994 Lincoln cents has grown as auction records and private sales have shown how rare errors from this year can command attention far beyond typical expectations. The story of the 1994 penny also reflects the broader American habit of overlooking small change, even though these modest coins can carry stories of production anomalies and historical moments frozen in copper. Serious numismatists treat a 1994 Lincoln cent as a research subject, carefully comparing it with documented examples, because verification and provenance are essential when a coin is believed to be exceptional. In the value discussion, a confirmed and extremely rare 1994 Lincoln penny without mintmark, possessing unique and authenticated characteristics, has been reported in elite collecting circles at a value reaching $1.32 million, placing it among the most astonishing modern penny stories. Such valuations connected to 1994 examples are not about everyday coins but about singular pieces that survive in remarkable condition, supported by expert grading and strong historical documentation. The enduring fascination with the 1994 Lincoln 1 cent shows how even the smallest denomination can achieve legendary status, reminding collectors that careful attention and knowledge can uncover remarkable worth in the most unexpected places. Next is the 1997 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mintmark. Is among the most intriguing coins for collectors in the United States, capturing attention for both its rarity and unique features. While many pennies from 1997 are common and circulated widely, this particular coin stands out due to its production anomaly. The absence of a mintmark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which rarely produced coins without the typical P. During that era, its design follows the classic Lincoln penny format, featuring the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, an image that has graced pennies since 1959, but it is the coin scarcity that elevates it above ordinary circulation coins. Collectors often scrutinize its details, from the crispness of the lettering to the alignment of the design elements. Searching for perfect specimens, the coin's composition remains the same as other modern pennies, primarily zinc with a thin copper plating. Despite being made of relatively low-value materials, its market value is driven by rarity and collector demand rather than intrinsic metal worth. Numismatists often emphasize condition and grading when evaluating this penny, as even minor imperfections can significantly impact its desirability. Finding a 1997 penny without a mint mark in uncirculated condition is exceptionally rare. Most examples encountered in pocket change or collections have slight wear, making pristine versions extremely valuable. Its scarcity in high-grade form contributes directly to its appeal and rising demand among collectors who specialize in modern U.S. coins. The historical context of the 1997 penny adds another layer of interest. During this time, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, but production errors like missing mint marks were few and often unnoticed. Such anomalies create a bridge between standard coinage and numismatic treasures, giving enthusiasts a glimpse into the complexities of mint operations. Collectors also note that the 1997 penny without mint mark represents a moment in time when the Philadelphia Mint experimented with various striking processes. Errors like this are often the result of equipment adjustments, die wear, or human oversight. Each surviving coin tells a story of its creation, making it more than just currency. Auction records for similar rare pennies show increasing interest over the years. Buyers are willing to pay premiums for coins that are verified and certified by trusted grading services. The combination of scarcity, condition, and provenance drives the high prices seen in recent sales. Collectors consider these coins an investment as well as a historical artifact. The penny's appeal is not limited to U.S. collectors. International numismatists often seek notable examples of Lincoln pennies, especially those with unique characteristics. The 1997 penny without a mint mark has become a notable reference point in catalogs and price guides, symbolizing a modern rarity that transcends typical pocket change. Market awareness of this penny has grown due to social media, coin forums, and auction platforms. Images of certified coins often circulate widely, attracting both seasoned collectors and newcomers intrigued by the potential value of their loose change. This visibility has fueled competitive bidding at auctions and private sales. In terms of value, a high-grade 1997, 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark can fetch as much as $1.14 million in the right market conditions. Factors such as flawless surface, proper certification, and historical significance combine to make it a highly sought-after numismatic treasure. Its price far exceeds the face value, demonstrating the power of rarity and collector demand. Securing one of these pennies requires careful verification. Collectors often rely on professional grading services to authenticate the coin and assess its condition. Documentation of provenance and minting details is crucial for buyers, ensuring confidence in the investment and preserving the coin's value over time. Next is the 1998 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark from the USA. Is one of the most intriguing coins for collectors. While most 1998 pennies were struck with mint marks indicating their origin, this rare variety appears entirely without the usual D or P markings, creating a significant buzz in the numismatic world. Its rarity stems from a production error, making it a unique find for enthusiasts who understand its value. The design of the 1998 Lincoln penny follows the traditional look established in the early 20th century, with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This familiar imagery masks the coin's unusual origin, as the missing mint mark distinguishes it from the millions of standard pennies produced that year. Collectors often examine these details under magnification to confirm authenticity. Production errors like missing mint marks occur due to mishaps during the coin striking process. In 1998, these errors were particularly rare, making this penny an exceptional case. Coins like this are often pulled from circulation accidentally or discovered by collectors who notice subtle differences in their coins. The rarity increases their desirability, especially among specialized Lincoln penny collectors. Many numismatists track these kinds of anomalies because they provide insight into minting processes and the occasional oversight that creates unexpected value. The 1998 penny without a mint mark is a prime example of how small errors can transform ordinary currency into highly sought collectibles. Historical significance adds another layer, as Lincoln pennies have always held a special place in American coinage, collectors value condition greatly, and the 1998 penny without a mint mark is no exception. Coins graded higher by professional grading services fetch much higher prices, especially in mint state conditions. Even minor imperfections can affect value, so careful handling and proper storage are crucial for anyone fortunate enough to own one. The Lincoln penny series has been a staple of American currency since 1909, commemorating Abraham Lincoln's legacy. Over the decades, variations and errors like the 1998 missing mint mark have captured collector interest, illustrating how small production anomalies can turn into significant pieces of numismatic history. Identifying an authentic 1998 penny without a mint mark requires careful examination. Experts recommend checking the absence of a mint mark under magnification and comparing it with standard 1998 pennies. Forged or altered coins exist, so verifying authenticity is essential before investing in such a rare item. Auction records show increasing attention toward rare Lincoln pennies from the late 20th century. The 1998 penny without a mint mark has become a star in auctions, sometimes generating intense bidding wars among collectors aware of its scarcity. Its popularity highlights both historical value and investment potential. Even casual collectors are intrigued by the story behind this coin. While it may look identical to a standard penny at first glance, the missing mint mark turns it into a remarkable anomaly. This curiosity factor contributes to its appeal and helps maintain high interest over time, making it a notable collectible. The estimated value of a 1998 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark can reach up to $1 million, depending on condition and provenance. Coins in pristine condition graded by reputable services often fetch top prices, while those with minor wear still command significant sums in the collector market. Owning a 1998 penny without a mint mark is like holding a small piece of American history. It represents a moment when production anomalies created an item far more valuable than its face value, bridging historical significance with modern collecting trends. Enthusiasts cherish these coins not just for monetary gain but for their story.